Welcome to our first Developer Day for our Dallas campus. We're very excited to be here and to join the Dallas tech community. My name is Jason Strawn, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Codeup. To kick off this Developer Day, I'd like to give you a formal introduction to Codeup. Two friends and I created Codeup when we noticed a shortage in the local tech workforce. We were trying to hire computer science grads as developers at our companies, but none of them could pass our introductory coding interviews. So we started teaching people to code and training them ourselves. We set up our first classroom in the middle of a co-working space called GigMatch in San Antonio, Texas. We didn't have any walls or fancy equipment. Everyone in the building could see us teaching our first web development class. Back then, we thought we could create software developers in only 2 months. So they graduated in April of 2014 at our first Developer Day. Now we are a 5-month fully immersive boot camp. After a year and a half of immense growth, we moved into a building downtown with our own classrooms and offices, which is where we are located still today. We went on to become the first coding boot camp in Texas to accept VA benefits for our students. Now, we're very proud to continue supporting veterans in San Antonio. A year later, we were included in the top 10 best places to work list. And a year after that, we did it again. We also started partnering with Alamo colleges to provide students grants, making Codeup more accessible to all. We had to rent another floor of our downtown building because we were seeing so much growth in our students and staff. By then, we had graduated 26 cohorts and had nearly 500 alumni. Last year was a big one for us. We celebrated our 5th birthday, started our data science program, and for the first time, we expanded outside of San Antonio. With a refined curriculum, a growing staff, a new program offering, and an extensive employer partner network, it was time for a new campus in a new city. To maintain our commitment to quality, outcomes, and building the local tech workforce, we decided to stay in Texas. Dallas stood out to us because we've already placed our graduates there at companies like USAA and Cognizant. We're committed to getting every student a job, so we go to our employer partnerships this February. Just 5 months ago, our first Dallas class started, and we were thrilled to break in our new location. But then the pandemic hit, and just after a few weeks of it being open, we had to move to a fully remote learning modality across both campuses. Classes continued virtually with live remote lectures and virtual graduations. And just earlier this month, we reached a new milestone of 700 alumni. This class makes 716. To think we've empowered 716 people to change their lives is an honor. From the middle of a co-working space to a brand new campus in a new city, I'm so excited to present our first Dallas graduates. Thank you all for joining us this very special development. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the brief history of Codeup. Now here's Caitlin, Director of Delivery in Dallas, to tell you more about what we do.
Thanks, Jason. Hi, I'm Caitlin Potter, Director of Delivery for Codeup in Dallas. Welcome to Developer Day for our Apex cohort. We're an immersive career accelerator that trains and places software developers and data scientists. We do this over 22 weeks of project-based full-time learning with a curriculum that's based on the hiring needs of our employer partners. Over the first 17 weeks of our program, Codeup students study full-stack web development, learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery on the front end, and Java, Spring, and MySQL on the back end. Students develop a professional portfolio and work with our career staff for life after graduation. We conduct mock technical interviews, craft career strategy, and provide individual coaching. By the time they step into a room with an employer, they already know what to expect and what's expected of them, creating a better experience for both our developers and our hiring managers. Over their final 3 weeks at Codeup, we see all these skills come to fruition with their capstone projects. Students transition to full-time devs, working in teams of 3 to 4 to design, build, and deploy full-stack applications to show potential employers. Today, you'll get to see these applications as our graduates showcase the real and live features available on each of their websites. We're excited for you to see what our students are capable of. To introduce our first group, here's Christian Torres, Manager of Employer Partnerships.
Thanks, Caitlin, and welcome to the team. And thank you all for joining us. We all know that despite typical stereotypes, development doesn't happen in a dark room somewhere. Recognizing that collaboration is the key workspace skill, we train our students in both communication and interpersonal skills throughout the program. Even after going remote during this pandemic, our students work closely with our instructors, teaching assistants, alumni, and their fellow cohort members across a wide range of experience levels. Our emphasis on pair programming and group projects not only teaches our students to code, but also to work well in teams. Let's get started with team number 1. Here's Hobbyist, made up of Mariah, Valeria, Young, and Jacob.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Mariah Humphreys, and along with my teammates, Valeria Mesa, Jacob Hensley, and niongkim, we have created Hobbyist. This application was created during a time when many people are staying home and may be out of things to watch on their streaming services. Remember when you wanted to learn to build model airplanes or crochet? Enter Hobbyist, a full-stack application that allows users to keep track of the hobbies that they want to learn and record their learning process using the in-app hobby tracking features. Users can create a profile, follow other users, submit and rate new hobbies, and earn badges for hobbies that they have tried and loved. This application is fully mobile responsive, so users can update and add their hobbies on the go. My contributions include project management, website deployment, dynamic adjustments to the nav bar, implementation of the HTML comment box API, front-end design and development utilizing JavaScript and Materialize, and database design with MySQL. I am now going to show you what a new user will see when they register on the Hobbyist site. A user will enter their first and last name, username, email address, and password. Our database settings prevent users from using duplicate usernames or email addresses, and our client-side form validation ensures that every user registers with a properly formatted email address and a strong password. The form validation and the back-end logic for the login and registration processes were created by my teammate, Young. A user can also choose to upload their profile photo during registration through the FileStack API, integrated by my teammate, Valeria. In the interest of time, I'm going to log into a previously created account. I've already uploaded a photo, but a new user will start with a default photo if they did not upload one during registration. A new profile will also not have any hobbyist badges, created hobbies, or users that they follow listed. In my navigation bar, I can see that it now greets me by my first name and that I have new areas of the website to explore. I will now hand this presentation off to my teammate, Valeria.
Thank you, Mariah. Hi, my name is Valeria Mesa, and my contributions to this project include the hobby create and CRUD functionalities utilizing the Spring Boot framework, Thymeleaf for hobby views, form model binding, the search and filter functionalities utilizing Hibernate, the implementation of the FileStack API, the database design utilizing MySQL, and the collaboration of integration testing.
I will now demonstrate how to browse through hobbies that have been submitted by other users. A user can choose to use a search bar to browse through hobbies by title, or a user can choose to browse through hobbies by category. If a user does not find what they're looking for, they can choose to create a new hobby. If I would like to create a hobby for dancing, I can do so by filling out this form. During the hobby creation, a user can choose to embed a video. My teammate Jacob has implemented a helpful video so users know where to find the appropriate link. For the interest of time, I've already done so. A user can choose to select one or multiple categories depending on their hobby, rate their hobby by patience level, difficulty level, and starting cost. A user can also choose to upload an image. This was achieved using FileStack, which is a third-party API. If a user chooses not to upload an image, that's okay. We provide a placeholder image for their hobby. Once our hobby is submitted, users can start interacting in the comment box below, which was implemented by my teammate Mariah. Let's go ahead and leave a comment. Awesome. For hobby monitoring, administrators have the capability to edit or delete hobbies. Let's take a look at our All Hobbies page. Interesting. Looks like we have a suspicious hobby here. Let's take a look at it. As an administrator, I have the option to either edit or delete the hobby. In this case, let's delete the suspicious hobby. Perfect. The suspicious hobby has been deleted. I will now be handing this presentation off to my teammate, Jacob.
Thank you, Valeria. Hi, my name is jacobhensley. My contributions to this project include the creation of our Submit a Hobby form, where I included the option to embed a helpful YouTube video, our mobile view of our nav bar, database design, and the creation of our reactive hobby tracking tool, which utilizes CSS animations and jQuery event listeners to trigger transitions between status sections. Let's take a look at how to navigate through our hobby tracking system. While browsing for a new hobby, you will notice a heart button between the photo and title sections of a hobby card. When logged in, clicking the heart button adds the corresponding hobby to your interested list. The user can then navigate to their hobby tracker tool and view all of their selected hobbies inside the status section that they currently have assigned to that specific hobby. Once a user has engaged with and tried a hobby, they can choose to move it to a status section of tried it, or if they have decided that they are no longer interested or did not enjoy it, they can delete it at any time. Once a user has tried a hobby and has decided it is something that they would like to actively pursue, they can move it to the final level to become a hobbyist at it. Once a user has added a hobby to this section, a badge will be displayed on their profile page that links back to the hobby. I'm now going to hand off this presentation to Niong.
Thank you, Jacob. Hello, my name is niongkim, and my contributions to the site include backend development with Spring Boot Framework and its implementation to the view with Thymeleaf, CRUD functionalities of user registration, profile, followers, hobby status, authentication with Spring Security, collaboration and integration testing, and database design.
Once a user is registered and logged in, they are directed to their profile page where they are able to update their account information. On this edit page, they are given the opportunity to also update their profile photo. On the profile page, which was designed and styled by my teammate Mariah, the user is able to earn hobbyist badges, which is a reflection of their status in the hobby status tracker. By clicking on the title of the hobby, in this case, clocks, the user will be directed back to the individual hobby page where they can continue to show off their knowledge, skills, and opinions by engaging with others in the comments section. While on the individual hobby page, the user can see who has created this hobby. By clicking on their username, you'll be directed to that user's public profile where you can see all the hobbyist badges that they have earned and all the hobbies that they have created. By clicking on the title of either section, you will be directed back to that individual hobbies page. You are also able to add this user as a follower. This hobbyist will now show up on your profile page and can act as a quick way to access their profile to keep up with their hobbyist journey. You can also choose to unfollow a hobbyist and remove the user from your followers list. Sorry, Crindy, I actually don't know who you are. Looks like you lost a follower today. As I am currently signed in as the admin, I have the ability to see all the hobbies that have been created, who has created them, as well as all the registered users and their role on their site. While Hobbyist was designed to be an application to help others find new skills to develop into hobbies, its execution and implementation showcases some of the full-stack development skills that we have cultivated during Codeup. Thank you for joining us for our presentation. If you'd like to track our progress, you can find out more information about how to connect on our About Us page. Thank you.
While capstone projects are the course culmination, our students have been working in project-based learning since the beginning. Through pair programming, group projects, and individual challenges, they develop a portfolio with hundreds of hours of actual code. During the capstone process, they leverage the agile methodology and tools like GitHub projects to bring their ideas to life. With foresight and planning, they join their capstone teams to try to answer the following questions. What is the core functionality of this application? How should the databases be set up? And who should work on what? And when is it going to be due? In this group, keep an eye out for somebody who could aid your project management at your company. Here's Team Scan, made up of Sarah, Ramon, Tyler, and Rex.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyler Judgen. My partners are Sarah Nangalan, Rex Sutton, and Ramon Hubble, and we represent the supporters of children with additional needs, also known as SCAN. SCAN is a nonprofit organization that was in need of a website overhaul. After consulting with the program director, we went over a list of features that they wanted and things that needed to be changed. Some of these features included an RSVP tracker, a volunteer tracker, and the ability for the admin of the website to easily create and edit events, as well as albums and photos. Also, as software developers, we noticed that their website was not secure. So naturally, this was at the top of our list of things to change.
My main contributions to this site are implementing a Stripe API for donations, user security upon sign up and login, styling, user dashboard design, and admin create, edit, and delete event features. Our website uses Spring Security with hash passwords, as well as a check for duplicate usernames, emails, and mismatched passwords upon sign up. In the interest of time, I will log in as an admin that I have already created to show our create and edit event feature. The create, edit, and delete buttons that you see here are shown only to the admin via Spring Security. Once they use either the edit or create feature, they are then taken to an admin-only page. Here they can fill in or edit all the information for an event, or they can even change the date and time via a date time picker that utilizes a mixture of Bootstrap, jQuery, CSS, and JavaScript. Now I'll pass it on to Sarah.
Thanks, Tyler. I'm Sarah Nangolan, and I'm excited to share our project because we've built a web application that will be used by an actual nonprofit organization, which is an industry that is very important to us. My contributions are putting Spring Security in place, the albums, the photos, including implementing FileStack API to upload photos, email service, custom error pages, and lastly, integration tests for events, albums, and photos. Today, I'm going to talk about two of these features.
First, I'll go over albums. The program director of SCAN wants to have admin access so that she can restrict certain activities on the site to protect children and the integrity of the site. So here, I'm going to log in as myself, an admin. Let's go to albums. As you can see, only the admin has the ability to create, as well as update and delete for albums and photos. Other users or visitors only have read abilities. Here on the albums index page, we see the carousels for the different albums. Clicking on an album, the Holidays album for example, will take us to the albums page with all of the SCAN holiday photos. Clicking on a photo will open up a gallery view that scrolls through that album. The link will take us to the individual photo page. And if we click on this button, we'll be taken to the photos index page. Now say the program director wants to add a photo to an album. Let's say the Learn and Play album. She'll click on that album and click Add a Photo. And here we are integrating FileStack API to upload a photo. She'll add a photo of kids playing Legos. And now that photo is here in the album. Finally, I'll go over our integration tests. We verified that the CRUD functionalities are working for our events, albums, and photos utilizing Spring integration tests. As you can see, green check marks appear for events, albums, and photos, indicating that we've passed the integration tests. Thank you, and now I'll turn it over to Rex.
Thank you, Sarah. My name is Rex Sutton. My main contributions to SCAN were the deployment of the site with all production-ready updates, styling using Bootstrap and CSS, and paired programming with Ramon Hubble using the MVC design pattern to create the relationship between users and events. Today, I'm going to demonstrate the site experience as a visitor who has not created an account with Scan. As a visitor to Scan, your abilities are much more restricted than an administrator or a regular user. Seeing as children will be using the site, we wanted to make sure that visitors are able to view albums and individual pictures that have been uploaded by an administrator, but will not have the ability to create or edit any yourself. As you can see, permissions are restricted for events as well. The visitor will not have the ability to RSVP or volunteer for any events. Instead, the buttons will be replaced with a link to the event details on Scan's Facebook page. Visitors are of course welcome to fill out the contact form if they want any more information before signing up. Lastly, if a user decides that they have all the information that they need and are ready to sign up, they are able to complete the sign-up form and start volunteering for events. Now I'm going to pass the torch to Ramon Hubble, and he's going to walk you through the experience of being an authenticated user.
Thank you, Rex. My name is Ramon Hubble, and my contribution to this project was the development of the event show page using Spring Boot, Thymeleaf, Java, MySQL, and Bootstrap for styling.
I have already logged in as an authenticated user. From the upcoming events page, I want to view this event. They need 4 volunteers for this event, and right now they're currently 0. I'm going to go ahead and volunteer. Now it is under the volunteer events column, and earlier I went ahead and RSVP'd for Sensory Saturday. As a volunteer, the count went up 1, and the RSVP and volunteer buttons do not appear. But you know what? I think I need to change my mind. I don't think I can make it to this event as a volunteer. I'm going to cancel. View event. Now the volunteer count went down 1, and our buttons now appear on this page. Now this site is live and ready for the Scan organization to use. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration as much as we enjoyed helping develop an application that gives this organization robust RSVP and volunteer tracking, full CRUD functionality of events, albums, and photos, and we buttoned up their security needs. This concludes our presentation. Please scan on over to our About Us page to see 4 great developers who are team-oriented, focused, and are changing the world through programming. To see more of our projects, click on our GitHub link. And also get to know us more through our LinkedIn and alumni portal links. Thank you for watching.
Not all curricula are created equal. We see other bootcamps that teach 20+ technologies and degrees that only teach C++. At Codeup, we reverse engineer our curriculum to meet the needs of our hiring managers. We found out what skills they need on their team and brought it to life. By focusing on the enterprise stack of Java, we're able to prioritize depth of knowledge over breadth while instilling the best practices for debugging, learning new technologies, and problem solving. We think the next group of developers have the depth of knowledge you're looking for. Here's Team Social Code made up of Emily, Sun, Delane, and Ronald.
Hi, my name is Emily Bowerstocks, and I worked with Delane LeBeau, Sung El Lee, and Ronald Palencia to develop Social Code. We developed Social Code for the student who is learning how to code online and is looking for real-life connections to be able to study and collaborate together. And Social Code provides just that. It's a one-stop platform where students can come together and easily schedule study sessions with other coders. I'm going to pass you over to Delane, who's going to tell you more about our design process.
Hi, my name is Delane LeBeau. My contribution to Social Code included storyboarding, wireframing, and basic graphic design. I implemented styling and responsiveness with CSS and Bootstrap. I called on events with jQuery. I manipulated the database with Java and Spring Boot, and I brought those results to the view with Thymeleaf. I also participated in integration testing. Now let's head over to the browser and check it out. In the planning phases of Social Code, I used InVision for storyboarding and wireframing, as well as Canva for basic graphic design and mockups. Upon conceptualization, We wanted a clean aesthetic that is user-friendly with a modern social media appeal. I achieved this using CSS, bootstrap cards, and adding box shadowing for visual depth. One of my favorite parts about programming is creating a website that is fully responsive upon multiple screen sizes. Here's our mobile view, our tablet, as well as our full screen laptop. I also created our user profiles with a clean aesthetic and a clutter-free newsfeed, and I added 50% radius on our profile pictures. As a user, I'm going to want to keep up with other users in the community. Here is Sung-Il Lee. I see that he's leaning towards backend development using Java. I would like to keep up with his opportunities for study sessions. I'm going to follow him using a feature I created using the CRUD paradigm to link a user and follower inside our database using MVC and displaying it to our browser with Thymeleaf. That concludes my contribution. And speaking of Sung-Il Lee, let's pass it over to him so he can share his experience.
Thank you, Delane. Hi, my name is Sung-Il Lee. I focused on integration of Spring Security that gives validation to users for different options, as well as registration, view all users, custom error pages, and custom queries for search functionality. I set up the basic structure of users' models, controllers with Emily by using MVC design, and assisted the integration test. Also, pair programming with my teammate Ramon to implement the API, which he will discuss detail later. Today, I'm going to take you through the registration page where I implemented checks for duplication of email address and validation of password fields so that they are matching. In the interest of time, I have created an account. After logged in, there's a View All Users page inside of Community on the navbar, as well as in the card, View Users. So I'm going to go ahead, click View Users, where I can view all users, as well as search users by either first and a last name. So I'm going to search RO to see what brings up. Oh, I do see Ronald. I remember we had pair programming. I would like to see what he's up to. So when I click View Profile, it will show you a single user view with all the events he created. From here, I'm going to bring my teammates Ronald, who created these cool features.
Thanks, Sung-Il. Hi everyone, my name is Ronald Palencia, and I'm here to demonstrate my backend contributions, which were assisting in model and controller design, specifically in the single event view, which has the RSVP and commenting functionality. Sung-Il and I collaborated to implement the full calendar library, as well as the integration of the Mapbox API.
Single profile page, let's go ahead and navigate to the navbar. In the search bar, the user has the ability to search based on title, content, creator of the event, or category. I'm going to demonstrate searching for an event under a title New. Oh look, here's an event. Let's select View Event to see when it's taking place. In the single event view, we have the title, event date, and category. Social code users have the ability to comment on this event. When a user has decided that they would like to attend, they can RSVP on this event, and as you can see, the profile picture of the attendee is rendered on this page. Let's say you're new to programming and don't know what event to search for. Well, if we navigate back to the navbar, select on Community, View Calendar. This calendar will show you all the events that are occurring this month. The events are automatically updated onto the calendar as soon as a new event is created. This feature was achieved by implementing the full calendar library and generating a JSON response from the controller. and in the front end perform an AJAX request to consume the event data and render onto the calendar. Social code have the ability to track where all of our community members are from. And this was achieved by the integration of the Mapbox API. That's all from me today. I'm going to hand it off to my teammate, Emily.
Alright, so the Spring security that I implemented requires you to be a logged in user to view most of our site. So now that we're logged in, we can go to our profile page. And so on every profile, it's going to display the user's information as well as anchor tags that will take you to social media accounts once you've put those in. And if you're the creator of your profile, you are able to go in and edit that. So you can update all the fields here. And then I also integrated an API called FileStack that allows you to upload a picture from your computer, from Instagram or Facebook. So you're able to upload that to replace our default profile picture. Okay. And then I also created an About Us page so that you can get to know more about our team of developers and our process in creating social code. And so here's some information about the technologies that we used, as well as an example of some of the integration testing that we did to ensure the connection between our model view and controller units. So yeah, if you are a student looking for an online place to make some IRL connections and study together, we would love to have you join our social code community. And our team of developers had a really great time working on this project. And so if you would like to get to know more about our team or get in contact with us, we have all of that information right here. And so yeah, we would love to hear from you. Thank you for taking the time to visit Social Code.
Before we bring up our last group, we would like to thank the entire Capstone instructional team made up of Fernando, Douglas, Kenneth, and Samuel. Over the last 3 weeks, they've guided our students to their own answers through the development lifecycle. They inspired them to trust their skills and abilities, which ultimately resulted in these amazing products. Moreover, we would like to thank the entire instructional staff who has worked with this team to get them through the finish line. Taking what they've learned, this team is ready to add value to your team. Last but not least, here's Team GigMatch, made up of Rai, Isai, Roshan, and Evelyn.
Oh, hey. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rai Sutton. My teammates are Roshan Jacob, Evelyn Acosta, and Isai Flores, and we have created GigMatch. GigMatch allows a streamlined approach to seeking talent and gigs. As a past musician, I know how painful the process of finding gigs and connecting with other musicians can be. We want to ease the pain of musicians looking for a band or gig, as well as create a platform for connections between musicians and venues. GigMatch provides this platform by allowing users to create posts and events, show interest in them, and view other users' profiles to see if they'd be a good fit.
My main contributions to this project were database design, designing the user profile page, integrating the Mapbox API to show users' locations, and creating the post-comment feature through the use of the Spring Boot framework and Thymeleaf to render the HTML. Now I'm going to turn it over to Isai so he can get us started.
Thanks, Rai. Welcome to GigMatch. My name is Isai Flores, and I was responsible for the complete design and user experience for the project, utilizing Bootstrap framework, CSS, and JavaScript. I also contributed to the database design and the ability for a user to create posts with Roshan. Through pair programming, I not only assisted with posts, but comment creation as well. I am now going to take you through the beginning steps of the GigMatch experience. For a more in-depth view of what Roxy can do and the features of GigMatch, I'm going to hand it over to my partner Roshan.
Here's the sign-up page, where potential users can put in their information and get started matching with their next gig. And for the GigMatcher on the go, they will be presented with our mobile-friendly version of the site. We also added security fields for users' emails and passwords that will result in error messages with incorrect information. For the sake of time, though, we have created a user to explore what GigMatch has to offer. We are now at the login page, where our GigMatch user, Roxy Smith, will place in her credentials and see what is happening on GigMatch. Once Roxy is logged in, she is presented with her home feed, or her post feed. Here she can see all the posts created by other GigMatch users, either seeking last-minute musical talent for their gigs or matching with venues or other users to set up that sweet opportunity to jam. On each post, Roxy can see how many users have expressed interest for that post or even those who have commented. At the top is a search bar that allows Roxy to search through different posts and narrow down exactly what she is looking for. On the right is a map which displays Roxy's current location from what she inputted when she first signed up. And on the left, Roxy can easily navigate between her post feed and events feed and her profile. And when she is done, she can simply log out and GigMatch another day.
Thanks, Asai. Hi, I'm Roshan Jacob. I worked on features that allows a user to search through posts and events. A user can react to a post by clicking on the Interested button. The authentication utilizes Spring Security when a user signs up on GigMatch. I also helped with the database design. I implemented the FileStack API that allows a user to upload a profile photo or a picture when they create a post. Let's take a look at how Roxy creates and interacts with a post.
Roxy can create a post, type in her message right here. She's looking for backup vocals and a guitarist to fill in for an upcoming gig. She can also attach a picture to this post. Click Upload, create your post, and there it is. She can also type in guitarist in her search bar. She can view her search results right here, view post, and if she clicks on the username, it will take her to that person's profile. It displays the email address, information, along with that respective post. She can leave a comment right here and hit comment for that person. Roxy just got news that her July 30th gig got canceled due to rain, so she needs to update that gig's post. She can go to My Profile, go to that post, July 30th, and then she can edit post. Here we're going to type in canceled due to rain, and then she can click Update your post. She can also click this to delete it altogether. But for now, we're going to update the post. If she wants to update her profile information, she will go to My Profile, Update Profile, and she can update her city and all of her information right here, as well as change her profile picture. I'll now pass it off to Evelyn to show you the events section.
Thanks, Roshan. I'm Evelyn Acosta, and my contribution to our project was the building of our wireframes utilizing Adobe XD. I did this with the assistance of my teammates. I also helped in the design of our database, and I worked on creating, editing, and deleting events, which is a feature similar to our posts. When creating an event, Roxy can give a location and a detailed description of the event she would like to share. As you can see, we organized events into two categories. Under My Events, Roxy can see her own events that she posted and edit them if there's been a change in time or location. Or if something has happened to cause the event to be canceled, she can go back to My Events and delete the event altogether. Going back to Events Feed page, our other category is Upcoming Events. Here, Roxy can see other events posted by other users. If she's interested in one, she can click on the Interest button. Now I'll send it back over to Rai, so he can give us a sneak peek of what to look forward to in GigMatch 2.0.
Thanks, Evelyn. Yes, as an encore, we plan on updating the GigMatch experience to include notifications, a direct messaging system, an interactive calendar, and the ability to follow other users.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions about this project or are looking for a match for your next software development gig, you can navigate to the About Us page, and there you'll find links to our Codeup alumni portal, GitHub profile, and LinkedIn profile, as well as a timeline documenting the progression of this project. Again, thank you for joining us, and we hope you find your gig.
And there you have it, the first class to graduate from our Dallas campus. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Dimitri Antonio, Vice President of Delivery with Codeup. Whichever of these developers stood out to you, head over to alumni.codeup.com to view GitHub profiles, contact information, and resumes. Or if you'd like, stay tuned for a few minutes more to get to know them a little bit better personally and some surprise videos. But before we go, We'd like to thank our entire Codeup staff for all the hard work that made this possible. Now we can empower more life change and give companies access to more great candidates here in Dallas. From marketing and admissions all the way to delivery and placement, this was a total collaborative effort to deliver excellence to our students and employer partners. Thank you. Finally, to all the friends and family in the audience, thank you for trusting us with your loved ones for 5 months. We hope you enjoyed learning what they've been up to, and without your support, we know that these developers would not be where they are today. Please join us for a private celebration after the following videos. The Zoom link will be in your inboxes. Thank you all so much.